What it do, guys? What it do? Welcome back. It's me, Will, your boy,
Mike is here. What's up, peoples?
here with the Only Wrestling Podcast. How we been? How's it been? Don't mind my tan. I got a little darker.
He was running from the grind.
You know what?
He was running from the grind. That's why. While I was here working, he's running from the grind.
To everybody out there looking, don't be surprised if you see me looking just like my boy Amir. All right, that's how tannish I'm looking right now. Okay. I can just see the comments already. Who is he lying to? But we got some stuff to talk about today. We're gonna be talking about AEW Grand Slam. We're also going to be talking about little snippets of what we actually went to, but that's going to be a little bit. We'll get to more of that, Gonna ease y'all up on that. And we're going to also talk about our entrances, top 10, currently, whatever we have that we like, you feel me, that are current right now wrestling. We already know back in the day what you like, but right now it just makes more sense what's currently happening. So, Mike, let's go do it, man.
All right, so for starters, we got AEW Grand Slam. AEW has been on fire recently. They haven't been missing. Their weekly television shows have been basically free pay-per-views for the most part. And that's what this Grand Slam felt like, the way they built to it.
Yeah.
So they started the night off. John Moxley versus Konosuke Takeshita, Continental Championship on the line.
Oof. I'm liking the style of that Intercontinental, the Continental Championship. No interferences, no one around. No one around.
Let's see who's the best. Right.
Exactly.
Let's
and
see
I like
who's
that
better.
concept. I wasn't able to catch the match per se because I kind of got on the stream, late and everything. But from what I heard, it was pretty much of a banger. It was pretty much of a good one, at least.
It was a great way to start off this show.
Nice.
It ended in a time limit draw. So we're basically probably setting this up for Revolution.
Oh, man.
And I'm 100% okay with Moxley versus Takeshita at Revolution.
Okay.
Maybe with a 60-minute time limit this time instead of the traditional 20 that's there for
the Continental. Okay.
Maybe I think they extend the time limit this time.
I feel like they will.
And just let him go. And I think Takeshita actually beats Moxley at Revolution.
Yeah.
To set up Double or Nothing, him versus Okada.
Oh, that would be perfect.
Whoever wins that brings back that unified title.
Ooh, okay. I can see that. That
that's
would be a good
what
one.
I would hope. That's my hope. I hope that's where we get to, so that we can get some of these belts off of TV.
Exactly. That's just what we talked about. There's too many belts on TV too.
So
and I kind of did
it.
Exactly. And I did kind of like either you unify them or, at least let's see some multiple changes, if anything.
Exactly.
So honestly, with AEW showing that and everything, like for instance, Kyle Fletcher taking the title and everything, then you having Ciampa it was just like, that was something that at least not to bring it up or whatever, but that's kind of like, in essence, what WWE was missing in essence. We got so many titles and everything. People walking around like they're the champion, or at least, let's have some title defenses. And it's okay to change the titles and everything because, that's how you build storylining.
And even though it was a 12-day reign from Ciampa versus Briscoe, fire.
Oof.
Ciampa versus Roddy and Claudio, fire.
Yo, Ciampa's cooking.
And then you end it with Ciampa versus Fletcher. You can argue that was the TV match of the year so far.
I could definitely see that.
Right?
I could definitely see that.
It's one of those where it's like, it was a short title reign, but look what he did in them 12 days.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets that back or a contender to at least ease up into it. Continental. We already seen him with the TNT Championship, what he could do. If anything, give Ricochet also a good
champion,
run, and then build up. I could possibly see Ciampa as an AEW World Champion. I could. To an extent, of why I say that I can see that is because as given as far as his veteran status, that's what I mean by at least. Because again, I guess you can call me old school traditional when it comes to seeing the world title. I go based off of what your experience is, based off of what you have, your veteran status. You feel me? Obviously, I understand that there's a lot more intertweaked when it comes to at least the AEW World Championship. But what I can say is, if you really give Ciampa that run and allow him to, who knows? Maybe a world title could possibly be in the picture for him in the sometime near future, if anything. But I can honestly, me, unbiased opinion, I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that. Not anytime soon, though.
Because the only pushback I have to that is that the one thing that AEW has on their side is youth.
Mm-hmm.
And like when if it's a transitional reign like Samoa Joe did from Hangman to MJF, I'm cool with it a month or two or something like that. But I don't think if Ciampa wins a world title anytime soon, that means there has to be a lot of injuries. The world title picture has to be murky because there's so many people already there from Hangman, Andrade, Brody. Brody is still around, Bandito, Swerve, Ospreay. When Switchblade comes back, Kenny Omega.
Yeah, Switchblade, yeah.
You got so many people there. Like even Okada, you can argue it might be time that, you know what I'm saying? True. There's so many people. If Ciampa ends up getting the world title, I think a lot of things had to happen.
No, of course, in the back scene of that. So of course I can understand that.
Yeah.
But I feel like as though it's like, sometimes it's crazy because you bring this up and everything, and obviously WWE being what we know and everything, obviously being the basis of what pro wrestling is, they're a juggernaut. Obviously, we talked about this before and everything, and it just ties back to as to like when it came to booking. And then you understand now, at least when you get older and when you really give the chance to to actually visualize the storytelling and everything, you can understand why it was booked the way it was booked. Because now behind the scenes of that, it becomes, for instance, what I mean by that is, at least, person once told me, I'm gonna get to that also, but when you're checking a box, it's also going through your work ethic. If you're showing the work ethic, you're showing the initiative, you're showing that you're actually working and you're disciplined and everything. Shout out Enzo, you feel me? We're going to get to that in a second, but shout out to him. But that shows the work, that builds the character of a champion. So I guess when I see Ciampa and everything coming into AEW, he's establishing himself based off of that principle, at least, because again, you was in WWE, with Gargano, and I probably butchered his name.
No, you said it right, Gargano. You said it right,
Kavi. And I feel like there was more to him than just a tag team. I feel like there was more to Ciampa than it was, as well as also with Gargano too. They're more than just a tag team.
Yeah.
And it was just a matter of time before you can actually allow them to get their space into being single, single stars.
The problem with them was that they didn't get the call up they were supposed to at the right time.
Yeah.
So when you did call them up, all you could do was DIY stuff with them. There was only so much you could do with them.
Exactly.
Having Ciampa here is nice. And I think he's a good mid-card person. I think he's someone, if you beat him, you should be able to get into the main event scene. But I don't think he should be in the main event scene. At least for now, anyway.
Of course.
Keep building TNT, keep building with the mid-card stuff.
But I wouldn't be surprised if he does become the main event scene. Because the way he's showing these bangers types of fights, at least, these matches, hey, if you can keep with this type of gas and you can keep on with this, then hey.
I personally want him right now. I want him with Roderick Strong, and I need them to be a tag team. That's kind of what I would like, because Roderick is done with the conglomeration and that match on Wednesday on Dynamite. He left Orange Cassidy in the ring. He just left mid-match. He's like, I'm done with this. I'm not cool with you. It's like, if Kyle O'Reilly's not here, there's no connection with us. I'm not in the conglomeration.
Sneak peek of basically seeing them kind of break off.
I think we start to get Roddy's heel turn a little bit.
Oh shit!
Because of the simple fact Kyle is not there. Damn. If Kyle is there, Kyle is the one that keeps them level. I'm not good. Thank you, bro.
I feel you.
He's the one that keeps him level-headed and chill for the most part. So without him there, and I think Ciampa a little bit, I think it was cool at first because he's new here. Cool. But Ciampa works better as a heel than he does.
He actually does. His heel is crazy, man.
He works way better as a heel than as a face.
Very much.
So I think eventually, if you tell the story of the Psycho Killer actually starting to come out because he keeps losing a little bit and he's not getting these wins in these matches, then I think we got some good storytelling we could go somewhere with.
Hey, man, I could see that, too. I could see that. Got a question, though, to ask. Are we kind of seeing the Death Riders looking like faces in some kind of aspect?
We'll get to that later when we talk the tag match.
Gotta be okay.
We'll get to the Death Riders breakdown.
Got you,
and what's going on
we'll
with
get
them.
to that in a second, but that's just gonna be a question, a little bit of an eye opener, man. Because I kind of been, we kind of been teasing it. We've been kind of seeing it with the way Moxley is getting his,
Yeah, we gonna break it down because there is a few intricacies
There's a
in
few
there.
aspects into that. Okay,
that's going on. But next match we had was Babes of Wrath, Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale versus Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford.
Again, I missed that one too because that was one of the matches that I missed. But definitely,
this was a solid match. I get Babes of Wrath winning. Harley Cameron's from Australia.
Okay.
She lost last time against Mercedes.
Yeah.
In Australia for the TBS title. So I get letting her get her win back this time in front of the home crowd.
Makes sense. Okay.
I get it. But I don't need...
Let's be honest. Come on now.
I don't need the double champ Willow stuff. Because she's in this tag team, there's literally nobody chasing the TBS title.
At that point.
Now, this is what my hope is, because at the end of this match, Lena Cross appeared, and it's official that she signed with AEW.
Nice.
I want the pivot to be Lena Cross and Penelope Ford as the tag team.
Okay.
And I want them to beat Babes of Wrath so that Willow has to focus on the TBS title.
Yeah.
And I want Willow versus Megan Bayne for the TBS title.
Oof.
That's what I want.
I would love to see that too. Okay.
That's what I want. That's a women's hearts fight. Two big girls going at it, power base. I think those two at Revolution and have Babes of Wrath lose on TV to Lena Cross and and Penelope Ford. Especially too, they just signed the Inspiration. They appeared today on that house show. So the women's tag team division looks like, okay, we starting to set up some teams.
Got you.
If you're gonna take it serious, take the belt off of them. Let's make the TBS title look important, and let's get some challenges for the TBS title. Because literally no one has mentioned the TBS title since Willow beat Mercedes for it.
Exactly, and I was kind of going to mention that too. Like the TBS hasn't even really been like shown any kind of anything, being that.
And that's the secondary women's title. After the world title, it should be the TBS title.
Exactly. Which is like basically just like with the men's, the TNC's the second, and it's like, we're seeing that. So we have to utilize all these titles, at some case.
Especially with the TBS one, and you have Willow holding it.
Exactly.
We don't need a double champ, and
we honestly don't.
Kind of leads into the next match, which was Hangman versus Andrade.
Yep, I seen that one. I'm not gonna lie, seeing Andrade, get to it and everything, he has a lot of gas in the tank. I'm not going to lie, he does. He just needs that push. And I'm sorry, this is the only thing that why I become so more detrimental when it comes to AEW and everything. And again, so this is my unbiased opinion, and this is obviously me. So if you feel the kind of way about it on the comments, then I'm looking at you. Yeah, got me hitting my mic. I'm looking at you because I know you're about to get ready to type it on everything. Understand this. How many times does Hangman have to get pushed over? I get it. We need stars. We need superstars. You do. And I firmly agree with that. But how can you get superstars if you don't utilize with the youth that you have that are meant to be built to get into that push? For instance, I would have loved to seen Andrade, something new, maybe not give him the title. No, it doesn't make sense to give it to him, but at least you have another person that's able, you have Bandito. That would have been crazy if he would have took it. It would have been crazy. Brody King. He showed good aspects of it. You feel me? Showed that. But if you're not gonna build it and everything, and you're not gonna be able to take that risk, then all of a sudden, what do you really have to bank off of? We're gonna still see the same world title people. It's like basically like what we talked about too. Are we gonna keep banking on Swerve, Samoa, and Hangman to only be the ones that actually show that they can do it, and or Moxley? I mean, that's basically almost telling you that you have a roster that you don't really count on.
It was one of those where at first I was like, yeah, Andrade probably should have won this one. I thought,
yeah,
I wouldn't have been mad at Andrade versus MJF at Revolution. Like you said, it's something new. But I understand now why we get the Hangman match. With Hangman winning tonight, it's a rematch of Revolution last year.
Exactly.
But with this rematch, the dynamics are completely switched this time.
Okay.
And I'm curious how they handle the road to Revolution, how Hangman, his personality goes. Because a lot of Hangman stuff, you get entrenched with his personality and what he gives. Because he's such a great actor. Like, I could definitely see him getting in the movies or something down the road.
Very much.
But the way he is, and they have that face-to-face coming up, so I think that's going to be really telling and really interesting to see where it's going to go.
Yeah.
And I think that they do put a stipulation on this match to make it look and feel completely different.
And you know what? And I'm counting on that.
And that's what I think they're going to do.
Got you.
I personally would have preferred Andrade to win this.
Yeah.
Like you said, just to see something new and to see Andrade and MJF mix it up, I think they would have a great match together.
They would definitely bring down the house, I would say.
So I think the key now for Tony Khan is to keep Andrade hot.
Okay.
The fact that you have him here, he needs to continue to be on weekly television. You let him beat Omega, you let him beat Swerve. You got to keep him on weekly television, and you got to keep him getting wins.
Being utilized,
some way, somehow, to show that he still is a valid threat in the main event scene. Yeah. So at this point, it's all about the additional booking that has to take place. If the additional booking is right, then yeah, this is not that bad of an idea. And we can maybe get Andrade down the road. I could see him highlighting a big TV night, and him getting that title match and losing.
Like, would you say like it would be easier for him to either face off against Ricochet to build that up to get that, or would you also say probably John Moxley with the Continental Championship?
I would say Continental.
Ooh, okay.
But the problem with that is that him, Takeshita, and Okada are all in the same stable in that Don Callis and that Don Callis family.
So you would either have to break them up.
Well, I think
in some kind of way.
I think Takeshita is leaving anyway.
He's showing signs. He is.
He don't do nothing with them anymore. He comes out on his own. Yeah. And I think we're getting a Takeshita face turn here, especially with Okada and Kyle Fletcher getting a little closer. Pro Okada and stuff like that.
So it's like, yeah, of course. So you're kind of seeing it as it play out.
I think we get that face turn, and if let's say it was a triple threat at Revolution, and you get Takeshita versus Okada. I mean, not Revolution, at Double or Nothing, Takeshita versus Okada versus Andrade for the Continental Championship. I think that would be really, really dope. I think that's a banger of a match.
I would love to see that.
That's a banger of a match that you're going to put on. And I think any three of them could win.
Exactly.
And if Takeshita or Okada win, then you get unified titles.
Yep. I would say that too. I would love to see that.
So I want to see the direction they going before I get all the way upset.
Of course. Exactly.
But right now, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Because Hangman and MJF last time was awesome.
It really was
a great match. So I want to see what the dynamic is this time. I want to see if they add some steps to it, and we'll go from there and see.
We'll definitely get to see on that one.
We'll see what happens. After that, we had Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy versus Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir. Loser gets their head shaved bald. Bald and bald.
I ain't gonna lie, that match when it started off going into the fans, I was like, oh shit!
Tony Storm,
we're getting it.
Cassidy.
What? What?
And then Wheeler Yuta hitting Tony Storm with a tombstone through
My
the
baby.
tables.
My baby, what did she do to get that, man? Them yams gotta protect them yams, man.
Left Cassidy all by himself in the ring.
Yo, for a second, I thought he was a goner.
I thought so too.
I was like, oh,
I thought so too. I said,
it's
wow,
a handicap now?
they really gonna let Yuta get this belt.
They really were.
There's one thing that I can say about Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah.
Where he's a natural heat magnet. Everything that he's done.
Yo.
And him buying into that heel persona after he turned on Danielson and just continually to dig in that wound and dig and dig. And people literally, as soon as they see you, the boo,
yo, for real, man.
Everybody loses it. And then when he hit Tony with that,
Ooh,
everybody was tight.
Yo, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of thought for a second. I was like, "Oh shit, her neck!" I'm like, "Oh fuck, Yuta, what the hell's wrong with you?
Like you went too far, man,
dude." But like you said,
it's a psychology thing, and we gonna keep digging and digging on purpose.
I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes either him or Pac for that head spot in Death Riders. I wouldn't be surprised.
So now this is where we get to that Death Rider.
Exactly, that question.
So when you saw at the end of this match when Wheeler and and Marina lose, Wheeler tries to leave and be like, yeah, I'll cut my hair another time. And Moxley comes out and it's like, get your butt back to the ring. You said this stupidness. So guess what?
You're doing it.
Go get your hair cut.
Exactly.
And I do think that Wheeler, Garcia, and Claudio are more heel leaning.
Yeah, they very much are.
While Moxley, Marina, and Pac are a little bit more tweener / face a little bit.
Okay.
So I do think we are starting to get that divide a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think it finally intensifies if Takeshita beats Moxley at Revolution.
Based on what the reaction would be based off of that.
Because then there's no belt no more to make Moxley top dog.
Exactly.
There's nothing there no more.
So now what do you bring to us?
And technically, the only person with a belt would be Claudio because he's the CMLL champion.
Yeah.
So hierarchy might change.
And I can see that.
So if that, I hope that's the story they tell it and they drag it out a little bit.
That story would be fire.
Because you can still do the intergender stuff because you make it seem like Marina trains with you guys all the time. So she can take your moves. She can do all this stuff. You can do a 3v3 match.
We honestly could.
And make it work. The problem is, this is to go back to that Hangman and Andrade match. And we were talking about the double champion stuff. Having Hangman in this title picture diminishes the trios belt. Because now Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey have nothing to do.
That's true.
So it's like they beat Samoa Joe and the Ops. They beat Samoa Joe, Hobbs, and Hook before Hobbs leaves. But now it's like, all right, you got the trios belts.
Royce Keys.
Who's the next trio you gonna fight?
Because it's not right now. What is it? Mike is Speedball, Knight, and Hangman. They got the titles?
They have the titles. So it's like, what trios are there for them to fight?
I'm probably gonna get heat for saying this, but I feel like it really was that the trio titles. I feel as though like it was really brought in for the Lucha Bros and Pac.
Yeah, no.
I honestly, genuinely feel like that was brought in because of those three.
At the time, it was them and the Elite. And the Elite.
Yeah, exactly.
But at that time, you had so many tag teams that were in stables that you needed trio belts. The problem is the trio belts are only defended on AEW. If they were just world trio belts, you could take them on ROH. You could take them to CM. You could take them different places and have these various matches.
Exactly, yeah.
Just having them as the AEW trios title is not enough time, I don't feel, in the week. So either you're going to put it on TNT.
Yeah.
Or you're not going to see
either
it at all.
Collision, pretty much.
That's what I'm saying. If you put it on Collision,
it'll be
we're fine. Right, we're fine.
Yeah.
But you got to build up the people and have the people on there so that the division actually looks like something. Because right now, I don't know any other trios outside of the infantry and shit.
Yeah, for real.
And they're in ROH.
I would say that you would have to call up the infantry, call them up, and then there
Right.
you go. Then you have your trio bouts and
But
everything.
then after that, it's like,
Yeah.
where do we go from there?
Exactly. And then it's just always going to be that wall. And that's what I mean when it comes to AEW and everything too. Because it's like, yo, at the end of the day, I get it. I'm not going to sit here and say like I'm more of a WWE mark when it comes to AEW and everything. Because no, I like pro wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm being honest, I gravitate more to AEW because you're seeing the wrestling aspect. But when it comes down to the nature of when you break down to the business of what it is, that's what I mean. You know, I like the traditional, I need to know the story. It needs to make sense. I need to understand, why is he the bad guy? Why does he have the hate and everything? And I feel like sometimes, 9 times out of 10 at least, when it comes with AEW at least, you don't really have that kind of story, or at least it doesn't add up how we're used to, if that makes sense. Like we're used to having add up.
I think we get that, and we get the story, but then there's no resolution once the story ends.
True.
It's like, okay, you ended the story. Now what? You have to. You got to keep going now.
Exactly. How does it fade off, and then out of nowhere we're starting a new rivalry?
We get to something
quick.
else, right? That to me is the biggest issue. If we can get from point A to point B, that's awesome. We did that.
How can we get that closure right there?
Now we need B to C. We need B to C.
Exactly. We need B to C, so that way we can already have our closure from B into C. So that would definitely make sense.
And I think we only do that. He only does it with certain people where we get that continuation of what the story will be. Exactly. But there's so many times and so many examples of, all right, they get a push and then we don't see them for 3-4 months. And it's like, whoa, what happened? Like, they just disappeared. Nothing, no explanation. It'd be a little weird sometimes.
With that. And with that, brings us to our next match, ladder match.
Game 7.
Oh man.
Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe.
Oof.
Oof. I like Mark Briscoe.
Yeah.
He could take a few months off. I'm kind of Mark Briscoe'd out. Okay. I have nothing against him. He's a good wrestler. Yeah. But he is literally in everything, every show, cutting a promo. We could take a few weeks.
Take a little break from him.
I see what you mean. Take a week or 2 off. Yeah. Go with your family. You still gonna get paid, bro. We gonna remember you when you come back.
We gonna definitely.
But I'm kind of Mark Briscoe'd out for a little bit, and there's so many other people we can utilize and talk about.
That's exactly how I feel when it comes, and it's like I don't have no slander, but that's how I feel like when it comes to like always being with Hangman and everything. Like I'm a bit Hangman'd out, like,
right?
You know,
like there's other people.
Somebody else, you know. Swerve being the same. Okay, don't get me wrong. I fuck with Swerve. Whose house? You feel me?
With Swerve, I do want to see
exactly now. Considering the fact now, I need to see him more.
I think we're getting heel turn Swerve, and we're bringing the embassy back.
Oh. I can see that.
And if we're bringing the embassy back,
it's over.
I know who I want to be with Swerve. I want Private Party.
Woo!
The returning Private Party.
Yeah.
Mark Quinn is bulked up.
You seen that, right?
I would love to see Private Party with Swerve as the mogul embassy. I think it would be fine. I think it's a natural connection because I think people want them with Hurt Syndicate, and it would be cool. But I rather them with Swerve. I think it's more of a natural just connection. Them 3.
Because we hurt people,
right? They don't fit with shots.
Exactly.
We want it don't go together. It don't go together.
Don't, you know.
So I rather them with Swerve.
Okay,
they all be on the rap and stuff like that too. So I feel. Exactly. It's just a natural, and you talk about a trio, them versus Hangman, Kevin Knight, and Mike Bailey.
Woo! That would spark up. That would spark up a leaning towards,
towards
so
that trios division to build that.
At least build up that. You know?
Like Don Callis family should automatically have a trio.
They should.
Put Josh Alexander with Lance Archer and El Clone and.
Come on now.
You got a trio. You got an amazing trio right there. You got one.
Which brings us back to the match. I'm not going to lie. Kyle Fletcher, yes, taking the dub. Love that. Yes. That was good. You know?
Yes, game 7. No more Fletcher and Briscoe matches. We
don't
did
need
it.
No more.
Yes, we did it.
We already got our 7. We already got our,
That Jay Driller. Off the top.
To the ladder?
To the ladder.
Woo. The fucking brain buster up to the dang shit. Woo. I thought my neck, I felt that for Briscoe. I was like, what the fuck?
The lawn dart. into the ladder in the rope. Woof.
Had me thinking that fucking New Jack was like, yo, be careful, man.
Damn.
Yo.
Oh my God. Easy, buddy.
Be careful. You're going to throw him off.
That joint was...
He don't need his legs. Bomb.
Right? Like, just go ahead. Bombs away.
Yo, and now we're even. Fuck out of here, man.
This was a really good match.
Yeah, it really was.
And I think we're positioning for... If I'm Tony Khan...
Yeah.
Kyle Fletcher has the AEW championship by the end of this year. By the end of this year. If I'm guessing AEW title lineage, it's MJF holding this belt until Double or Nothing.
Okay.
Kenny Omega winning at Double or Nothing.
Okay.
Will Ospreay winning at All In.
I was going to say that.
In London.
Yeah.
Then Ospreay holding it all the way to World's End until Kyle Fletcher. I don't need Kyle Fletcher in the C2 next year. He's done it twice already.
Okay.
I'm good on that. Kyle Fletcher has shown he is a main event caliber to lead the entire company kind of talent.
What I'm saying.
He does the interviews off the road. He does all the stuff that you ask of a potential champion of a company.
Yeah.
He has the look. The crowd is behind him. There's nothing more that you need to see from him. He has banger upon banger every week.
He is the it factor.
He really is.
Don Callis. So I feel like if that's the case for him to keep it up, he would have to leave Don Callis. He would have to.
Well, to
an extent, I would say. But
the reason
honestly,
why
I
don't mind him staying with Don Callis' family, especially if Ospreay is the one to get the belt. Him versus Ospreay face versus heel dynamic it's so great. We've seen it in their steel cage match. We've seen it in the matches that they've had.
Oh yeah.
If you keep him there, you also get to keep him with Okada, do Proto Okada. Remember, Okada's older, so you got to save his body, save his reps and stuff like that too. So you can do a little makeshift tag team with them to get them over for 3 months or something like that.
That's true.
So that's the only reason why. And because Takeshita is going to be the one to branch out. If you do Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher, I think you lose a lot of star power in that Don Callis family.
Oh, yeah.
Because it would just be Andrade and Okada.
That is
so
true.
I think you keep Fletcher there for a little bit. But I think during his reign is where you see the branch out.
Okay.
Because you see it now when he told Okada and them, hey, don't come out here. I'm going to win this match. I got it. I don't need y'all to come out. I need you to respect that. And the past 2 matches,
they haven't been coming out.
No one's come out. No one has helped. No one is nothing. And he's won both matches.
As it should.
So it builds up that okay, the confidence is there in Kyle now. And we're going to keep moving as we go along.
Yo. Honestly, I'm looking to see great things from Kyle, and as he's looking forward, has nothing more than just emptying out from that. Like, what I mean by that is, like, he's been emptying out the tank by giving you these bangers. And, he's showing it, the work ethic and everything. That it factor that we talked about, it is there. And I don't knock you for that. I can see him with that world title. And yeah, we're going to have bangers after bangers with it. To
me, he's one Tony Khan needs to keep for life.
I would agree with
I don't care what you got to pay him. I know he just did his 5-year deal this year, whatever. When that's up, if he's healthy, you pay that man. Him and MJF need to be AEW lifers.
Oh, for real.
They need to be AEW lifers. And I don't even know, have they crossed paths, MJF and Kyle Fletcher?
I don't even think so.
So, but you see what I'm saying?
But still, they should.
That potential matchup, and that's why I say if you keep that, if you don't give Fletcher that belt until way later.
Oh, yeah.
And we start 2027 off with Fletcher versus MJF. Cooking up at that point, is what I'm saying. And you got so many matches with people that they haven't matched up with yet. It's so many dream matches you still can do.
That is true.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful what Fletcher has, and I hope that he can stay healthy.
Yeah,
because he has world champion written
all over him.
All over him.
It definitely
all
does.
Over him.
Which brings us 2.
World Championship match.
Main event of that. MJF, Maxwell, Jacob Freeman, and I am better than you, and you know it. Going up against
Brody King.
Where the dogs at, man? Where the dogs at? Come on now.
Brody.
People gonna say that's Braun Breaker, but I mean, come on now.
Nah, Brody been doing it longer. He been doing it longer. He got it first. Now. He got it first. But nah, this was a really good match.
Oh, yes, it was.
Really good match here. MJF retains the title. We have him versus Hangman, like we said before, set up. With this one here, I thought that this match happened too soon. And
you think there was like a rusher, would you say?
I would say that this match was a little bit rushed.
Okay.
I think that this should have happened after Revolution. Because, and this is something that I want to see Tony Khan do. He hasn't done it yet, and I'm interested to see how he does it. A big man has yet to be champion in AEW.
A big man should, though.
We have not had a big man at any point be this close to the AEW world title scene.
Than Brody has.
Other than maybe Brian Cage when we first started AEW.
Yeah.
But outside of that, you don't have anyone that built themselves organically the way Brody King has.
Yeah.
And I thought that if they could have waited, and when him and Max had that promo battle and they went back and forth, and he was like, you need to go get some wins. If you keep Brody in chase mode and keep him beating people eventually when we get that match versus him and MJF, it looks like, oh man, we don't know who's gonna win.
Exactly.
Because it could legit go either way. I came into this match like, because it's happening at this time, MJF is winning this match. And it takes away a little bit of that, like, oh man, what could happen? Because even during the match, when Bandito comes out, and he's like, Brody, don't quit, no, keep going. That was a callback to the spot when Brody came out, when Bandito was fighting Okada, I believe.
Yeah.
And he told Bandito, no, keep going, and Bandito wins the match. With this one, I felt Bandito came out too soon.
I see what you mean.
Because he was out there for 10 minutes just banging on the road, banging. I'm like, yo, shut up, Bandito. Stop hitting the damn net. God damn, how many times you wanted to clap? We got it.
I feel like,
we got it, Bandito. How many times you... It's like, God, bro.
You got this. Don't give up. Like, yo,
how many times you gonna say it, bro? We got it.
I feel you.
I think if they would have waited and did that with like 5 minutes left in the match, then, and they do that same spot,
probably would have definitely.
Yeah, but you just had Bandito out there for so long.
Facts. And I honestly felt like Bandito kind of was gonna turn. It made me think that because it's like, yo, you know what? Bandito was so close, and then obviously, I don't know if he injured or whatever.
No. I think he actually did get hurt, and CMLL this past week. But you see, he had the
brace
on his wrist
and everything too. So I did see that.
I think he did get hurt.
Well, in the world of wrestling, injured, because you never know. You never know, because out of somewhere down the line, hit you with I wasn't injured. I'm just turning on you. Type of bullshit. So it had me think that Bandito probably was gonna like turn on Brody, which would have been crazy. And I feel like that would have been the shocker of the night. That would have been the craziest shocker of the night.
It would have been good filler.
Yeah.
And especially this again. If ROH had TV, because Bandito's the ROH champion, him versus Brody for the ROH title.
Exactly. And then you build up Brody's character based off of that, showing, he's now world title ROH. Now he can give you those wins, Maxwell, that you're talking about that I need to chase. All right, W. And I have the title and everything. So like, you feel me? So boom, it will show his actual dominance.
Right.
That when you, like you said, coming into
We don't know
who could win.
We don't know what's going to happen. And that was my biggest thing with this match.
Yeah.
And they put on a great match.
They
put on a great match.
It was definitely
a great match. This was a great television match for the championship. But I feel like that element, if we could have built Brody up just a little bit more before this and just let him get a bunch of wins through Revolution.
Oh, yeah, for real.
And then the next week after Revolution, Wednesday on Dynamite, guess who you got to face, Max?
Exactly. Like,
it'd be like, oh, damn. He really might lose this title if he's fighting him after he fought Hangman.
And I wouldn't even be surprised and with this too, like you guys are going to be like, what? Losing the title on a television thing? Okay, but look, there's another pay-per-view coming around the corner. So if anything, give it back to him, give it back to Maxwell and everything. Like, hello, if that's what your fluke victory, then Maxwell show that, of whatever. Like, show that this is what it is. Like, you're really that champion. Like, that's really what I feel like. We need to see more championship, things, more shockers, more what the fuck.
It makes the wins and losses matter more.
Exactly.
Because if you let's just go down this route and let's just say Brody is able to build up wins, and let's say he does pull off that shock title switch, and that very next Wednesday on Dynamite, Brody wins and he becomes champion.
Yep. At
the same time, if we do like I said before, and you keep Andrade hot, now. Before we get the double or nothing, hey, Andrade, Brody King, TV, championship.
Yeah.
What's up?
And I would love to see that.
And you can't say Andrade didn't get a chance at the title.
Because now what's your excuse now? What would be your excuse now, Andrade?
Even if he did lose to Brody, he still got his title shot. Yep. You still kept Andrade hot through all of this entire time.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it keeps the wins and losses actually meaning something.
Exactly.
It means something here. So I'm curious to see the road that they take with this title, how they keep Brody King hot.
Yeah.
Because, again, Tony Khan has not booked a big man.
Has not.
To be to that level.
And I'm in shock, not to cut you off or anything, but I'm also in shock too. Like Bobby Lashley hasn't even been
hurt.
Well, yeah.
He got hurt.
Granted,
he messed up his bicep, I think, on tricep.
But at least I'm talking about like as far as
I think he would have been on that trajectory.
Yeah.
And I was curious what they were going to do with Hurt Syndicate because they had reports of bringing somebody else in because MJF, MVP, he can't in the ring no more.
That's true.
Unfortunately, that's not. And he's older. He's older. Yeah, he's not supposed to.
I see him like the Paul Heyman of the crowd, at least within them.
Which he should be. He should be the mouthpiece for them. But at that point, you need one more person.
Exactly.
And it goes back to build up the trios division.
Yeah.
You got the Rascals there now. You would have had Hurt Syndicate with whoever that third person would be, who I was kind of hoping it would have been Kevin Knight.
Yeah.
Because I want the Kevin Knight versus Speedball rivalry. Kevin Knight turns on Speedball. He joins the Hurt Syndicate.
Wanted to see that too. I'm not gonna lie. That would
be fire.
That would definitely be fire.
That would be fire.
Are you kidding me?
Kevin Knight versus Speedball.
They have some good bangers too, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Kevin Knight.
So I think that would have been perfect. We'll see what the dynamic is and how it changes, but there's so many ways that we need to see a big man in AEW finally get some kind of run. And even if it's only for a short amount of time, like I love Samoa Joe, but Samoa Joe is not like Brody. He's not like Wardlow or what Powerhouse used to be. That big horse, just big old chop you. What the hell are you going to do about it?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So that was my only thing. And I hope that Tony Khan keeps Brody hot.
Yeah.
You got to keep Andrade hot.
Yeah.
Some way, somehow, make these wins and losses matter. And against actual people.
Exactly. And I do not disagree with you on that at all.
But I'm excited for Revolution, what it can potentially be.
Mm-hmm.
They got a few weeks because I don't know what they're going to do on the women's title now that Tekla has the belt.
Yeah.
Do you run back Tekla and Statlander 3 at Revolution? Because you did Statlander Tekla first, and then now Tekla won with the strap match.
Yeah.
What do we do there?
I would say, if anything, do 3. And then, if anything, we gotta run a tree. We gotta run a triple threat some way, somehow.
And this is what I was talking about, because we don't have nobody for the TBS title.
Exactly.
Literally, no one has even mentioned like, "Hey, I want that belt."
Exactly. And that was the belt. That was the main purpose of it too. That was supposed to be the second best. You know?
So I don't...
To build up for the women's.
Exactly.
To build up for the world title.
Exactly.
So it's like, yo.
They have to come up with something. I'm really hoping that they pivot and put Lena Cross and Penelope Ford together.
Yeah.
Because even with that one, that's another one. The women's tag. They had Sisters of Sin wrestle Babes of Wrath.
Mm.
And then when they did it, they already had scheduled the next week Babes of Wrath versus Megan Bain and Penelope Ford in the Eliminator. Yeah. So that means Sisters of Sin is losing this match. I kind of know already.
And that when it gives you that kind of speculation, it's like, all right, now if I'm basically predetermining it, and
right.
I know that happened, it depletes it in a sense.
You cheapen Sisters of Sin at that point. Because if you knew you was gonna put the belt on Tekla, having Sisters of Sin with the tag titles and all three of them have gold at the same time and they establish themselves as the top faction.
A crazy look. That would be a great look. So
I think sometimes they drop the ball a little bit.
Like, exactly. And it's like sometimes I don't know. I feel like sometimes we're never probably gonna get that aspect of like the evolution effect.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like if you're a dominant force, you need to show it.
That's why I said I don't like Megan Bain in this tag team and just losing.
Yeah, man.
She needs to be. Her and Willow need to be fighting for the TBS title.
Yeah,
they need to. Where the hell is Deonna Purrazzo? Where the hell is she? Where's Athena? I would love to see Athena versus Willow for the TBS title, or Athena versus Megan Bain for an eliminator to fight for the TBS title or for the main or for the AEW women's title.
Yo, for real,
something.
Man.
Where are these people?
You have a whole heavy stacked roster, but you're not using it. It's like,
hell, bring back Britt Baker for all I care.
For all that, yeah,
I don't
man.
care. We gotta do something where the women are highlighted more.
Yeah,
because they putting in the work, and you have the roster.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not gonna lie, I hate to say it, like, yo, women's wrestling, especially when it comes to AEW, yo, they are the it.
It's like you got to give them more time. That strap match was awesome versus Tekla and Statlander.
Really
Even Statlander's reign, people was complaining about her title reign being 140 days, but it's like, yeah, she beat Toni Storm, she beat Mercedes, she beat Tekla. Like, what more she got to do for the reign to be considered a good reign? Like, we don't need a 300-day belt hold.
We really don't.
Every time. You don't need that all the time. For certain people, it works.
Exactly.
We don't need that all the time. If you hold the belt for 3 to 4 months, that's a damn good title reign, I feel like.
I feel like, yeah, that's definitely a doable one.
That's something that Tony Khan, I feel, has to work on, is getting big people just in general, women or men.
For real.
You gotta know how to book them. I see you know how to book the Ospreys and stuff of the world because they're so great. You kind of don't really got to do too much.
Exactly.
But just highlight their greatness, you know?
True. Which brings back to like you said, you just got to understand in that whole aspect of when it comes to like writing, when it comes to like, you know, getting it out. Because at the end of the day, like we said, yo, bro, women wrestling is great. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up doing like a full Collision, if anything, a full Collision episode of just straight women. And I wouldn't mind that.
I feel every week at minimum for Dynamite, it should be 30 minutes. For Collision, 45 minutes to an hour. Yeah. Of women's wrestling. You have the roster.
You do, man. And it's stacked. It is stacked.
Just get them on TV, please.
Very much.
Just give them a chance. That's all. And if it don't work, then so be it. Hey, if the numbers drop and stuff.
At least you tried it, though.
You tried it, right.
But don't be afraid to try.
You got to try. They got up to a point where it was 2 women's matches on every card. And now we down to 1 in a promo, hopefully. And the one match is like a squash match and it's 10, 15 minutes, if that.
After that, yep. Like
Come on. Man. We got to fix that.
We definitely do.
That's the only thing.
Exactly.
But we was talking about women's wrestling, and this week, we was able to go 4th Rope.
Woo-hoo!
4th Rope. They had their Westside Gunn Day. They were showing the kickoff for season 2 of 4th Rope Wrestling.
With a couple of announcements.
Yes.
A heavy-ass, great show. My fault to cut you off.
No, you did it right. Go ahead,
it was a good spectacle. And being that this is my first time, I'm not going to lie, being introduced to 4th Rope. My first time was Heels Have Eyes in Six Flags. Seeing that, I've spoke about it before plenty of times and everything. It was a last-minute breakdown change to the card that still pulled out a heavy, jam-packed, great show. And be on the lookout. You never know. That is definitely going to... That video will definitely be posted out there at sometime soon, I'm assuming. But we're talking about Fourth Rope, showing that they could really be a contender. And Westside really giving his all for the culture, for professional wrestling as a whole. Mm-hmm. Yo, if you take this to the moon, you will come back with moon rocks. Reason why I give that kind of example of moon rocks is because, back in the day, moon rocks was fire. You feel me? You putting moon rocks on your shit. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Woo! It's everything, So it's like when you getting that moon rocks, you getting that, oh shit, you getting that fire. And now being for culture, bro, mixing hip hop into this culture and everything, which is basically what this culture really is. If you think about it, wrestling is I'm gonna say that wrestling is hip hop. Mm-hmm. You feel me? You're not gonna tell me anything different, And it was a great thing, a great experience to be there, to be invited out, represent. It was great. Mm-hmm. Mike, what do you feel, man?
So that was my first time watching like Fourth Rope matches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And for a up and coming promotion, the camera work was done really well. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed the hip hop element. So during the card, they had about 4 to 5 matches, and then in between, Bun B came out, Styles P came out, sir. Joey Badass came out, did a few songs. Static Selector was DJing and stuff like that. So being able to see those people, seeing Mark Lamont Hill and Real One jumping on him.
Oh, come on,
that joint was super fire. And seeing Ian Schwartzman from Joe Budden Podcast, that network, and just seeing them all together, I thought that was dope. That intertwining,
it was amazing.
What we saw was really dope, and I think was a very good start for season 1. Yeah. And I hope they continue that momentum because they have some really talented people on that roster. And I hope that one thing that we told Westside, because we had a quick minute to chop it with him after the event was over.
For real.
And one of the things I told him, I said, yo, Wes, you got to push the women more, man. Because on the night, they had 2 of the 3 best matches on the night. Mara Sade, Kevin Knight's girl, versus what was Shorty's name?
What was the name? Not Littlefoot.
No, not Littlefoot. She fought Maya World. Maya World.
Yep.
That match with her and Maya World was fire.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal match. And then later on, before the main event, we had a fatal 4-way. It was
for the undisputed women's champion,
women's belt, and it was Rio, Alexis Littlefoot, Nikki Blackheart, and Tiana James.
Yeah,
Tiana James is a star.
Yeah,
she is a star, and they need to strap a rocket to her for Fourth Rope. She has the look. She can do it in the ring. She has that personality.
She has that it factor.
Her and Sade together, and they building that faction up.
Come on, now.
They have a very unique set of talent with Rio holding the belt. Not AEW Rio. She's the other Rio.
Yeah.
Not that one. Yeah, but people out there that don't know. Not that Rio. Not the little one.
See it. She got the purple, purple braids.
Not the Rio that beat Roman Reigns in the ring. No, not that one. Not that one. No.
Not that Rio.
The other Rio. She's British. She's
British,
But she's dope, though. She's super dope.
Too, yo.
And we was mad that the match ended so early.
Because it was cooking up. It really was cooking up.
They was getting into it, and it was at 1, 2, 3. We was like,
wait, what?
Wait, no, this is just starting up.
It was just cooking.
And shout out to Shorty that was sitting next to us. I can't remember her name for the life of me.
Oh, man.
But she made that shit lit. It was a good time.
Her handheld, I seen because she got reposted on. It was Superfly Goddess.
Fire.
You feel me? Yo. Shout out to you.
You made that shit hella
fire.
Live. Yes, hella live.
OD, man. Hella live. We was laughing it up. We was chopping it up. Mm-hmm. We was even having Westside. They were laughing. You feel me? Everybody was in it. It was a dope energy, man. Yo, stay tuned if them Carhartts is coming out. You're going to have to let me know, all right? Y'all going to let me know when them Carhartts come out when you see, all right? The Griselda Carhartts, you know, I need those. But yeah, man, everything was dope. Got to speak with Enzo. You know, shout out to Enzo, man. A dope man, bro.
Real one.
Literally real one, bro. Real one. And it's a spectacle. Documentary is out, man. Take a look at that. It shows inspiration. It shows fight, grit. Literally, when everything is against you, and you feel like your back may be against that wall.
Admitting your mistakes,
you know, coming up to admitting it to your mistakes and understanding that, you know what, this doesn't shape who you actually are. Your work ethic does. You as a person, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. For example, this. You feel me? We're doing this because you know what? At the end of the day, we feel the energy for it. You know, not only is this a crazy market to speak to or whatever. Yeah, that's the plus. If you doing this podcasting and you talking, streaming about professional wrestling, and it's only because this is a money gain for you, a dollar sign for you, you can only go too far. You can only go but too far for that. Why? Everybody's doing the same thing. But what really makes you different, for example, as far as for us when it comes to the podcasting in this, it shows by your energy, how you put your heart out into it. When you love something and you actually are organic and you actually are having a great time discussing it, come on now. Ain't nobody having a genuine conversation about this. You see, when you look at other pages or whatever the case may be, yeah, they're giving you the specifics about the show, the business and everything. They're telling you what they hate and everything. But being able to have an unbiased opinion on both categories and being able to distinguish on whether or not what you do like and what you don't like, especially when it comes to your favorite, come on now. Ain't nobody doing that.
And that's what was dope at Fourth Rope.
Yep.
It was just people that just genuinely supported and messed with the wrestling that they enjoy.
Exactly.
So just filling up that theater.
Yo.
And like I said, the theater was filled top to bottom. People were sitting on the steps.
Yo, what?
Shout out to that lady at AMC.
Yo,
she held it down.
She was pulling it.
She
together,
held it down.
Yo.
She was like, "Hey, I ain't see your face. Get your ass to the back." I was like, "Go ahead, sister."
Yo, for real.
She held that shit. She was like, "I ain't see you. You ain't come to check in with me.
If you ain't check in with me, you get to the back
of the line.
If you got your media passes, your tickets, and you checked in with me, come on now." Yo, she don't play. Shouts out to her, man. Yo,
she was a real one. Shout out to the homie Haas. Haas was there. Woo! He was in the building. I hit him up on IG after, and he was like, "Yo, that was you." He said, "I seen you from afar." I thought that was you, Haas. I said, but once I had to go bathroom. I said, we was in there for mad long, son. Because when we was leaving, we trying to walk out, and this nigga Westside had an interview right in front of the exit. It was like, yo, dog. It's like, yo, Wes, it's 10:30, man. I'm hungry, dog. I'm trying to go home. I'm trying to go home, man. You saying a prayer out here.
He was giving the inside scoop, And I ain't gonna lie too, man. Yo, he was giving out some Easter eggs and everything. And yo, stay tuned for season 2 of Fourth Rope, man. You got Awesome God 3, man. Awesome God 3 gonna come out sometime in March. Yo, Wes is talking about that's his last. And we're going to be honest, too. For the run that Westside is doing, for him to announce that Awesome God 3 being his last and he wants to retire from the rap game and everything, considering the fact that to our eye, he's young. He's still young and everything to it. Like, yo, he can still do it. But his honest report about that was like, yo, I don't want to be 50 still writing in the game and everything.
But he said it too.
I respect that.
When we was chopping it with him, he said true. It. He was like, he said, this is more fun for me right now.
Exactly.
This wrestling and fashion and stuff. He's like, that's more fun for him. He said the rap stuff is a headache a little bit. So I get you leaning into something that you actually enjoy and want to mess with. So to me, that's perfectly fine. You got to follow your passion and do what you actually actually want to do.
Exactly.
But fourth rope is definitely is a promotion I could see if they continue on this trajectory, they gonna move in the right way, and they'll be up there. You just got to give them time. That's it.
Yo,
you just gotta give them time.
If you had to, this is a question just for you. I'm gonna ask you, if you had to see, let's say if fourth rope was to get a TV deal, which TV deal would you be able to see them with?
Tubi.
Tubi? Okay.
I would say Tubi because Tubi is free.
Okay.
And you can get that in the hands of so many people.
That's
I
true.
think as an up-and-coming promotion, you need to get as many eyes as possible.
Exactly.
So I would say Tubi, and then if you can, get that joint ran on Fox at midnight or something like that.
I was just about to say I could see Fox.
Something like that. Well Fox is Tubi.
They're
Tubi.
Yeah.
Fox
like,
owns Tubi. So that's why I said if you get a Tubi deal, hey, you know what nights of the week wrestling come on.
Come on.
You already know. Ain't no football on right now. Sunday nights.
That could definitely be
Turn the
that.
Tubi at 8 o'clock.
Yo.
You know we getting fourth row.
Yo.
And then the next week after, you put that same episode on TV at like 1 in the morning or 12 o'clock on Fox. On actual just analog television.
Yeah.
But I would love to see them on Tubi, or I just want them on a platform where eyes will get on them. That's my biggest thing. So that's why I say Tubi.
I think they were on Triller. You know, correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm not mistaken, I think I could have sworn I did come across them on Triller one time. Because I do know that they did have, like, when they were in Chicago, they did. No, I think it was Vegas. One of the two that they were filmed, and I remember that they had. It was on Triller. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. You know, I'm sure the comment section would definitely fill me in on that. But yo, man, that I would say the same thing. Tubi, get eyes on that and everything. Fuck around. I wouldn't even mind if they were like, I know MTV is on some shit right now, whatever. But if I felt like a revamp was to come through,
so that would be
fourth rope.
So that you would have, then that goes to Paramount.
So, yeah, to Paramount, I think, or CBS, whatever that is. You know, it's like to Paramount. I wouldn't mind seeing that. You know, there Paramount. You know. Come on, like
it got to be somewhere where there's eyes. That's my biggest thing.
And I feel like right now you can build that, especially with the hip hop community and everything, the culture and everything going on. Definitely fourth rope would be able to revamp Paramount.
There's a way there's definitely a way you can do it.
There's always.
That's why I said I think Tubi is the way to go. Get as many eyes as you can. Tubi is free. Paramount, all that other stuff you got to pay. Tubi is free. You just got to put your name in there and make an account. That's it. It's like, why not? Why not? But we'll see how that goes with fourth rope. But fourth rope, definitely shout out to y'all. What's better than 3 ropes?
4 ropes.
Come
on now.
It's that simple.
Yep.
But listen, this is the Only Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah.
You can find us on youtube.com/60plus. And when you go to 60plus, the podcast, you will see that link for the Only Wrestling Podcast. Again, you give us 5 stars or you give us 1 star. We don't want nothing in between.
Nothing in between.
Either you're going to love us or you're going to hate us.
But we going to still be here doing it.
It's one or the other.
We're still going to be here doing it.
But please hit the subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend so that we can all be friends. And we drop this on Tuesdays. So we'll see y'all then.
Man.
And y'all be good out here.
There we go.
Peace to the planet.